Do you think how long does your student spend on homework?
Okay, I think my students spend about 20 minutes per day. Some days we don't have homework, so maybe a total of about an hour or less than that per week. I think that should be, yeah, reasonable.
Do you think how long your students spend on reviewing for each exam?
Okay, for an exam, I think some students spend, days, more than one day. Some students spend, hours. Some spend, I don't know, just overnight, few hours or just the whole night to study for it. It depends because some students study in advance. Some students study, like last minute. So it depends on what type of learners they are.
And which subject is the hardest for them?
Okay, for 10th grade, I think biology and math is the top two most difficult subjects in 10th grade. So they might have a difficult time if they don't review or they don't study hard.
How long do you think your students spend on homework per week in average?
How long do I think
Yeah.
they spend? I think sometimes they don't even do it. Only when it's near exam, maybe they might do one day before or one night before. I think that's it.
And how long do you think your student spend on reviewing for exam?
I think the whole night.
Which
Before the
subject
exam?
is the hardest subject? Do you think that your student will choose?
Which subject they would choose for the hardest? I know for a fact that they won't choose anatomy.
Why?
Why? Because it's fun. It's more entertaining.
Really?
More a lot of information. So I'm pretty sure they won't choose anatomy as the hardest subject. But I don't know which one they would choose.
I think on average my students probably spend maybe 10 hours a week on homework, but I think that some weeks they have almost none and other weeks they have lots of homework from all their subjects. So I think it balances out to be about 10 hours, but I think some weeks are much more than 10 hours. As far as studying for exams, I think that probably depends on the student. I think good students keep up on their studying and don't need to study all night long. I think students that don't work as hard cram at the end and study for hours and hours and hours because they're terrified of the exam. So I think it varies greatly. I think the hardest subject, from what I hear from them, is probably either physics or chemistry. They're very difficult subjects and they're being done in a second language. So I would say one of those two.
I think that your students spend on your homework. How long do you think?
I think average student taking like a 10 classes, so I think a week they spend like a at least 3 hours to finish their every subject.
And for about the exam week, how
Exam
long
week.
do you think your student spend time on reviewing them?
Prepare for
Yeah.
the exam. I think each maybe a night before. That is my guess.
Okay. Which subject you think is the hardest for your student?
My class. History.
My guesstimate would be they spend around minimum of 2 hours every day.
And how long do you think your students spend on reviewing each exam for during the exam week?
I hope it's not cramped in one night. So I hope it's divided between the days of the week. Maybe during exam week, 5 hours a day until the exam comes.
How long do you think your students spend there on studying per week?
In 1 week, I think at least they should. I expected at least 5 to 10 hours per week, but in reality, I have no idea how much time they really spend. For sure, before the exam, they spend more than 10 hours a week to study. But when they have no exam or there's a time to chill, they spend zero, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
Just my
Next
guess.
question. Do you think what subject for your student is the hardest one?
Okay, so the hardest subject for the student, I think it depends on the student themselves. Some of them like chemistry. Most of them like chemistry, of course. Some of them like physics more. Some of them like history or computer science more. So for those who like chemistry, maybe history is hard for them or Thai language is hard for them. For me, for example, I find Thai language is very difficult for me. But for those who don't like chemistry, maybe chemistry is hard and it's my job to make it easy for them. Okay.
Oh,
per week.
Per week,
Per
in
week.
average.
You're taking maybe 6 classes. I would say probably half hour and 2 hours a day. So that's like 10 hours per week. Anatomy. Are you taking another elective?
No.
Okay, PE.
So
think
like
it's
every
PE.
class.
I don't think it's PE. So the hardest one of those, maybe chemistry.
Why not mathematics?
Oh man, yeah, I think it's easy for you.
How long do you spend on homework per week?
I spend about 1 hour per week.
I spend about 1 to 2 hours per week.
And how long do you spend on reviewing for each exam?
If it, like the night before the exam, I probably spend like 3 hours before I go to sleep.
I spend like a week before because I will do good at it.
Which subject is the hardest for you?
For me, the hardest subject is probably like chemistry.
For me, it's mathematics because I hate numbers.
Wait, I thought your hardest part.
What? How do you?
Okay.
Okay. Does your daily life change during the exam?
No,
Exam week.
no, it stay the same.
Yeah, same idea. Same.
Okay. What do you think about having some homework during your exam week?
Well, I'm probably not gonna do it because it just wastes my time doing homework.
I think I love to do the homework because it's improving my skill.
I spend 2 hours on homework on average per week. I don't often review for my friend, review for the exam, but I often review for my friend instead, and it takes about 2 hours. In my opinion, I think that chemistry is the hardest subject in the school. For me, during the exam week, I don't have much difference between the exam week and the regular week. I think that homework do affect the amount of reviewing for exam for some people, but for me, I don't feel that it's necessary.
I've spent like I think few hours per day, and per week it would be like more. And it depends on like for the week. If I have a lot of homework, I will spend like few hours before I sleep. Because like personally, I prefer night before more than daytime. So I will spend like almost 10 or to 12 hours per week in average for like homework. For each exam, I spend like maybe, I think if I'm reviewing every day, it would take like less time. But if I'm not been studying like that hard, I need to like spend few hours also like at night before the exam day per exam. Especially advanced biology, it would take me like a week before an exam, or else I can't really do the exam much. The subject that is hardest is absolutely advanced biology. Yes, of course, all these subjects. I don't really understand why teachers who's not like giving the exam also give us like tons of homework, even though they know that we also have an exam, even though it's not their subject. I'm questioned about this question like for all the time. I really want to know that. Don't you know that we have exams? It's so hard for us to like concentrate on exam with homework. Our times have only like, okay, our school time ends on like 4 p.m. and after that, when would we go home? Like I reach home like, okay, maybe 6. So if us to like sleep as enough hour. It should be like take like 8 hour. So maybe we can like have a time for like 2 or 3 hour, and it's not enough for both exam and homework.
Okay, so I spend about 2 or 3 hours per day for my homework and spend 6 or 5 hours for reviewing for the exam, and the subject which I think that is hardest is chemistry. So and then
I spend my time on my homework about 20 hours per week, and like I spend like about like maybe 12 hours per day, like review for each exam, because like it's very detailed, right, on every part of the exam, and we have to do it every subject, and I think it's very hard to catch up all the things. So in my opinion, I think advanced biology is my hardest subject because I come from advanced biology class, and also it's still like advanced, so it's very hard to study. Does your daily life change during the exam? Yeah, like we have to spend a lot of time to review for the exam. Like in daily life, in usual day, like we have easy day, easy life to spend on the time. We do homework, but in the exam week, we have to like catch up all the subject, and as I said, so it's very changed. Do you think about having some homework during the exam week? No, I don't like homework during the exam week because like we have to review on every subject, so we don't have homework to disturb us and keep it out of mind instead of reviewing. Just get rid of homework.
so each week I spend about 8 to 10 hours doing my homework, and I spend about an hour or 2 reviewing for each exam. And I think the subject that is hardest is like science subjects such as biology. And yes, the exam week changes my life. And I think that having homework during the exam week is too much and it's overload.
I also prefer exam because like project, the rubric for project for some subject may be like it's too hard to reach A rather than exam, because exam is like okay, if I review enough I can do it, if I know this I can answer this, but even though like for the project, even though we know it well about the topics or we have tried our best, that doesn't mean that we will get our expected scores.
exam
Projects. Project.
Exam. Well, I would choose project.
Okay, I prefer project.
Exam. I rather have project than exam.
Project. I prefer project more than exam. Exam is the one I prefer.
project
Project.
Exam. Project. Exam.
Project.
ตับอะไรเดินได้ งงดิ ตับย่าง เฮ้ยเล่นมุกเมื่อวานที่ฉันออกหา